Alright, so the homework that you were given yesterday for today's class stated that 275.5 liters of oxygen at 175.5 Kelvin has its temperature raised to 275.5 Kelvin and wants to know what is the new volume. So we've got three values here. The first value we're given is 275.5 liters, and that's a volume. Okay, and it says that that many liters of oxygen has a temperature of 175.5 Kelvin. And then it says the temperature is raised. So we're going to have a new temperature now. It's raised to 275.5 Kelvin. And it asks you what the initial volume is. We don't know what that is initially, so we're going to have to solve for it. Alright guys, y'all got to go back to your seats. You hear me? Okay. Okay, put that in your personal folder, please. So, by making this list of knowns and unknowns, it makes it easy for us to figure out which equation to use. All we got to do is find the equation that has these variables in it. The equation that has these variables in it is the most practical form of Charles' law that we use. Yes? Okay. Alright. So now we're going to plug in the values we know, the ones that are given to us. And so the volume for V1 is 275.5 liters. The value for T1, the temperature, is 175.5 K. The value for V2 we don't know, so we just leave that as V2. Value for T2 is 275.5 K. So that's how you plug in the values you know. And then you want to isolate the unknown. The unknown is V2. The way you get it to be by itself is to multiply both sides of the equation by 275.5 K over 1. Now, unless you multiply both sides of the equation, this is not still equal. The only way that you can keep those two sides of that equation equal is to do the same thing to both sides. Okay? That's why we can do that mathematically. So all of this cancels by this. Alright? And over on this side, all of the Kelvin units cancel. Anything that's exactly the same on the top and bottom can cancel in just the same way that you cancel x's and y's in algebra. And then we're ready. That's how you isolate the unknown. We've got V2 all by itself. That's what we want. Now we can solve by multiplying these two things together and dividing by this. So you put these two things, multiply these two things in your calculator, hit enter, then hit the divide button, then this, and then equals. And you get units are important. Those are the units we have left, liters. We want to have it here. We want to round off this final answer to the correct number of significant digits. And this is a multiplication division problem. So we're going to find the measured or calculated number in the problem that has the least digits. They all have 4 digits, so we want 4 digits in our final answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and start underlining with this 8. Use an arrow to show that you round it off. And there's your final answer. Does that make sense to everybody?